Hi and welcome back to Crypto Mischief. Richie here once again. Thanks for joining me on the channel. Today we are talking about something a bit safer than the current climate of quite high risk contracts. We do have here YSL.io on the Binance Smart Chain. It is a yield farm which optimizes and amplifies your returns on a bunch of different tokens. You can find the link for this in the description. We will be talking about the yield farm today. I'm going to do a little bit of farming for you, some chill and farm. As you can see, I do have a couple positions open in this farm at the moment, and we'll check them out. But before we get into anything to do with the farming aspect, we're going to go into Unicrypt because we do have an ILO to talk about. An ILO would be known as an initial liquidity offering. This is for the xYSL token. I think if you're familiar with my channel, you will have heard about xYSL before. I do have a couple videos explaining the tokenomics and how it's going to work once it's launched. You can check them up here. But there have been some changes to what's going on with xYSL. Changes to the supply, actually, that we're going to talk about. And I'm going to explain why I'm going into this. I have already gone in. You can see here I've bought 12.5 xYSL already. I think was about $500 because they are $40 each. So $18,688 so far has been bought up of the last parts of the supply of xYSL. I did buy at another time because there have been a couple sales of this, and I did buy from the direct swap. I think I got another 50 there. So total at the moment I have 62.5 xYSL. What is xYSL? Well, I'm going to tell you after I buy a little bit more. Yes, I'm kind of buying every day until this runs out. I think I'll just try as much as I can, get as much as I can, because I think it's a solid token. It's a pretty solid farm, to be honest. I've been very impressed with just how stable. It's on a bit of a downturn today, 10% down on total value locked, but that doesn't really worry me because I'm in this for the long run. This is not a fork of anything. Yeah, it's been created from graft and maths, essentially. It's very complex. YSL, I do have a playlist on it, actually, if you really want to deep dive into it, and it's why I'm pretty set on farming with YSL for a long time, because what they are creating has not been seen before on any chain. It is on the Binance Smart Chain. For now, it may advance to other chains in the future. I'm pretty sure that's in the plans. But for now, it's on the most popular chain, the Binance Smart Chain. If you can see the basics here on Unicrypt, okay? Unicrypt is the premier service, I guess, for any kind of ILO. We have audited. Yes, xYSL has already been audited. The token has been audited by Solidity Finance. Amazing, I know. Auditing a token before you release it. Auditing a farm before you release it. YSL is also audited by Solidity Finance. And soon, YSL Farm will also be audited by Certic. In total, YSL will be aiming for 5 audits of their farm. And of course, xYSL had to get audited before going on to Unicrypt because then they can get a green stamp. There is also a KYC, Know Your Customer, of the team behind YSL. Here you can check them out on Solid Proof. You can find YSL here where they have been KYC'd. And in total they got 99% out of 100. Almost completely perfect score for the safety and assurance of xYSL token for this ILO. Which is why, again, I'm buying up lots of it. Because to find a good trustworthy ILO is a great thing. It is a really great opportunity to get the best price on the token. The price, like I said, is $40, exactly the same as the price was for the swap. Now let's have a look here, and this will highlight the changes actually from my last video that have happened to xYSL token. Tokens can be minted until the total supply reaches 80,000 xYSL. Now in my previous video I was talking about the total supply being 100,000 tokens. 20,000 tokens have disappeared from circulation because they were going to be the team tokens, but the team of YSL have decided not to take the team tokens. They burn them in a fire, which means when you burn tokens, generally that pushes up the price more than it would if they had kept them, because the supply is less, which means the ability for the token to go up in price more is much more probable. Supply and demand. So like I said, I am buying every now and again. So far 55 people have participated in this. I am going to grab another small piece of the pie. I will take $250 and get another 6.25 xYSL. It's as easy as that. You just take BUSD, which you can buy on many platforms such as pancakeswap or apeswap, and you spend your BUSD to purchase the xYSL. The ILO will end on the 12th of October, which as of making this video is 3 days away from now. At the moment, 6% have been bought up in the pre-sale. Any tokens which are not sold by the end of the pre-sale will be burned out of circulation. I'm very happy about this because I already have my bag, and then that means that upon launch, it does launch at the end of the pre-sale, okay? And upon launch, there will be less tokens. And generally when there are less tokens, the likelihood of the token going up in price is higher. So that's fantastic news for me. I suggest possibly you grab some, not financial advice. But the tokens from the ILO are unlocked 100% upon the ending of the pre-sale. And if you are interested in farming, like I am over here on YSL.io, and kind of getting solid gains and safe gains, then this is possibly a place that I really suggest you do check out. So this xYSL, the whole point of this video is we're talking about xYSL token, we're talking about the ILO, and I want to break down some of the tokenomics, and I'm going to explain to you why I think xYSL is going to explode when it launches, because it's a very special token which is tied perfectly into the ecosystem I just guided you through of YSL.io. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention, I'll mention it now. When I did come to do this update review of the YSL and xYSL ILO, I did notice that some of my pools had frozen. So I did talk to one of the devs called Simran. My cake was frozen and my USDT BUSD was frozen. What I had to do was I had to withdraw my funds here. I pressed max, then withdraw for 0% fee, okay? And then I re-deposited them for a 0% fee, just paying a small amount of Binance Smart Chain gas. And I did it too for my cake. Then after that, the farm fired back into action. All of the funds that I had been gaining while it was frozen, I think they're running an update basically on the farm in the back end. All of the gains, farming gains I did acquire during the frozen period for me, they were all there in the blockchain and they appeared as soon as I just kickstarted the system again. Like I said, this is not a fork. This is growing very quickly, I think, and building audits and building trust as it goes along. So let's get into xYSL. Right. So you can check on their Medium. I would recommend looking at the xYSL one-pager. This is what we're going to be referencing for this video. xYSL, the extremely deflationary token. xYSL is extremely deflationary with a unique hourly burn mechanism that revolutionizes the traditional deflationary token model. What is a traditional deflationary token model? I would say a traditional deflationary token would be some old coin, I don't know, like SafeMoon, which is like 6 months old. So SafeMoon has a transaction fee on it when you purchase or sell or transfer SafeMoon. The transaction fee, some of it is taken to build a liquidity floor of BNB and SafeMoon in locked liquidity. The locked liquidity gives a layer of safety to the token, which means that in volatile market conditions, it doesn't dump as hard as a token without this locked liquidity would. So you're actually building locked liquidity through purchasing, selling, and moving it. That is a traditional deflationary token. There are other aspects, but I'll simplify it as much as that. So the difference for xYSL is there are some similarities. It has a transaction fee of 12.5%, but its supply is much lower than SafeMoon. SafeMoon has a maximum circulating supply in the trillions. It's slowly burning down, okay? Because in SafeMoon also, in some of it builds a liquidity floor, like I said, and some of it is burned out of circulation. So SafeMoon is continually burning down in its supply, but xYSL only has a supply of 80,000 tokens. That's why they are $40 each for the ILO. Now, it used to be 100,000 tokens, but the team, as I said, just burned their 20,000 tokens. So bullish, so bullish. So what is so unique and special about xYSL? Why am I so hot for it? Oh, I'm hot. Hourly deflationary mechanism independent of trading activity. If nobody buys or sells SafeMoon for one day, then it won't burn. It won't deflate. There won't be any more building of locked liquidity. It will start to stagnate. Now, this is a huge flaw in any deflationary token, that they need daily, hourly volume buys, sells, and transfers to keep the coin running. But xYSL does not need anyone to buy it or sell it or transfer it to keep this deflationary mechanism going. That is what is extremely unique about xYSL. The YSL protocol will utilize fees generated from platform features to market, buy, and burn xYSL every hour. That's right, they're buybacking and burning it from the fees generated of the running of their farm. Oh, it's genius. So smart. Every hour. This means the greater the total lock value of YSL, the greater the burn. At the moment, the total lock value of YSL is $1.6 million. For a farm, this is very small. Okay? I have been in degen pop-up yield farms which have had more total lock value right now than YSL.io. This is why I'm so keen on it, because it's not massively adopted yet. It's not very well known yet. That's why am I selling the xYSL token? No, I'm not. Am I selling any of their tokens? No, because as soon as this TVL starts rising, as soon as people catch on to how great this farm is, then I'm just going to be in such a fantastic position. Not financial advice, but this is my play on YSL. It is farming and talking about it and waiting for it to catch fire. Because after that point, I really think it can rival Auto or Pancake Bunny or Beefy in terms of the auto compounding, you know, the big boys. I think it can get there. I really do. It's that well run. It's that well thought out. And if the farm does start building its total value locked, that means that the locked liquidity will go up, which means that your YSL token price will go up, because that is immediately tied to the locked liquidity. The price of YSL token is tied to locked liquidity. So that's great. And as the total value locked goes up, they will be buying back and burning more of their deflationary token. So this transaction fee, 12.5% transaction fee, burns xYSL and creates locked liquidity. This is similar to SafeMoon. Every transaction involving xYSL will increase the price of xYSL, with 5% of the fee being used to market, buy back, and burn xYSL. 2.5% of the transaction fee is increasing the price floor of SYSL through the creation of YSL BUSD locked liquidity. But you don't just have to hold on to this token and enjoy it and speculate on the price. You can also use your xYSL in the farm. That's right. Don't leave your funds idle. Holders can stake xYSL on the farm and earn on two fronts instead. The deflationary supply increases the price of xYSL, while your staked xYSL earns you SYSL. Yeah, it's deflating and going up in price, while you're also farming with it and earning a reward token. So here we have a easy example. A picture tells 1,000 words, they do say. You buy 100 xYSL on pancakeswap. Then you will receive 87.5 of those tokens. There's a 12.5% fee. From that, 5% of your purchase will go to the team wallet for things such as marketing and paying the developers. You know, these things do cost money, and the money needs to come from somewhere. So that goes to the team wallet. 5% is the burn fee. Burned. Yeah, deflated, burned out of existence. And then another 2.5% goes to YSL BUSD locked liquidity. This locked liquidity helps to raise the price of the SYSL reward token. Buyback and burn, team wallet, building liquidity. Very smart, very smart. These are the full numbers of the what will be the circulating supply of xYSL. Let's go through them. We have the airdrop here. The airdrop will be 25% of the circulating supply. The airdrop is locked linearly for 1,500 days. The airdrop was given to holders of the xYSL token, the reward token of the farm. But as you see, linearly locked means that whoever does get sent them, you do not get them, you will not get them in full 100% on arrival. You will get them block by block given to you over 1,500 days. So that's good, so no one can dump them. The snapshot results have already been released, so you can probably find this file and have a look and see if you are there. Okay, and did you get enough xYSL to get a good amount of some airdrop? My God, that guy has 8,000 xYSL tokens. Well, but yeah, you can look through this and find your wallet address, and then you will be able to see how much xYSL you will be airdropped for that portion of it. We have the xYSL swap, 100% unlocked on that. I did get into that. I bought about 50 xYSL in the swap. That was before the ILO. We have liquidity, 10,000 tokens, 12.5% of the circulating supply is 100% locked in liquidity. For strategic partnerships, they have 10,000 tokens, 89% of them are locked, and we have the ILO sale, the one that we are talking about today on Unicrypt, this one here, and 100% of those tokens are unlocked upon the launch of the token. We have the audits on the contract. It has been audited, as we said, by Solidity Finance. It will be audited later by Certic, by RT auditors, and by PeckShield. This token is going to be a Goliath of stability and trust. So before we leave for today's video, I'm going to just show you the breakdown, a little bit more of a breakdown onto where these fees I was talking about for the YSL token come from. Yeah, we were talking earlier about the hourly deflationary mechanism independent of trading activity, right? And this is a little bit more of an exact breakdown of this. So it's accomplished by using some of the BUSD collecting as fees from other YSL.io features to market buy xYSL and burn them. These fees that they use include 66.67, very specific, of the BUSD collected from the optimization and amplification tax. The amplification tax is not yet running. You'll see that here. It's disabled at the moment. It will be enabled eventually, though, gradually, as they roll out the rest of this farm. 100% of the xYSL entrance and exit fee, and 100% of the AYSL token surcharge. That token is not yet available to buy, but it will be the one which amplifies your yield even more in this farm to get insane yield results. I think it's going to be really popular, and 100% of the surcharge for that will be going towards the mechanism for buyback and burn of xYSL. It's a perfect ecosystem, really is. Wow. So for example, we take this cake pool here, the auto compounding of cake. When you deposit your cake into YSL for 180% APY, by the way, which is unbelievable, that cake is sent to pancakeswap to their auto compounding yield farm. I'll fire up a image at the moment. I'm sure you're familiar with that image. 10% of that APR in the cake auto compounding pool is used to buy back and burn xYSL, regardless of if you withdraw or harvest or don't harvest while using that pool. That's what is happening there. 10% is being used to buy back and burn xYSL. So if the TVL of, for example, this cake pool here, or other ones which do have a similar function to the cake pool, can become millions of dollars. At the moment it's $273,000. The buyback and burn on xYSL is going to be absolutely insane. And that's what I'm hedging my bet on, okay? That is my logic here. From that continuous APR that is running, 10% of that is taken to buy back and burn xYSL. xYSL mechanism is being used, the farm, yeah, fees, the running of the farm is buying back and burning xYSL. Oh yes, it is. So to end this video, I'll just say what I would like to see from YSL in the next coming days, weeks, and months would be that I want to see this total lock value start to rise as more people kind of find this farm and really get into how sustainable, I would really say it is, and consistent it is with what it says it's going to do on the tin. It does have extremely complex backend, but essentially everything that does have an extremely complex backend, the proof is always in the pudding. And I think the proof for me is in the pudding is doing very well. As you can see from the yield I've managed to capture, I do have 26.9 xYSL tokens captured there. Okay, so that is the ILO. We're up to 4.5% now, very nice, of the xYSL token. As I said, am I buying it? Yes, I am. As you can see, I've now grabbed another 19 xYSL. I think I'll continue to buy this daily until it does end, whenever it does end. Just with some of my passive income, I'm just going to be dollar cost averaging into this because I want to try and get as much of this as possible. Thanks for joining me today on this video on YSL. Go check them out. Yeah, get into their Telegram, get into their site. All the links for today's video are in the description. And research, yeah, research this xYSL token, research the farm. If you do have some stable coin assets and you're looking for stable yield, I mean, these pools are fantastic, especially this one here, USDT BUSD, 90% APY on that. Very nice, and very nice cake vault. I do enjoy the cake vault. A little bit of delicious cake. Until next time, don't get wrecked.